So now that we know what patriotic means, we're going to talk about a very patriotic composer, and that patriotic composer is John Philip Sousa. So John Philip Sousa was an American composer, and he wrote marches and music for our military band. So another name that John Philip Sousa goes by is the March King. So let's start by listening to a little bit of his most famous works. So the first one we're going to listen to is called The Washington Post. The next one is probably his most famous work, and that's The Stars and Stripes Forever. And this one actually became our official national march of the United States. So John Philip Sousa, he was born in 1854 and died in 1932. So Sousa made the march famous in America. So a march is a musical genre that has a strong, regular rhythm, and it's written mainly for marching bands or military bands, so you can march to it. So some things that happened in John Philip Sousa's lifetime. He was born in 1854, and the telephone was invented in 1876. In 1886, Coca-Cola became known. The first working airplane was invented and flown in 1903, and Sousa died in 1932. So John Philip Sousa was born in Washington, D.C., and so there's a lot of patriotic and historic places down there. So he grew up around those places, and his father was a Marine and was a trombonist in the U.S. Marine Band. So each branch of our military has their own band, and John Philip Sousa's father was part of the Marines. And so he joined the Marine Band on June 9th, 1868, as an apprentice. While he was in the Marine Corps, Sousa was drilled in harmony and musical composition. Sousa completed his service with the Marines on May 18, 1874, at the age of 19, but this was not the end of his career with the Marines. So, while he was on tour, he received a telegram asking him to become the leader of the U.S. Marine Band, and he decided to accept the position and reported for duty on October 1st, 1880. So even though he took a little bit of a break, he ended up coming back to the Marines. He directed the Marine Corps Band for 12 years, and he became forever linked to the march and to the United States of America. Sousa led the President's Own, which is the U.S. Marine Band, under 5 different presidents. So after directing the U.S. Marine Band, Sousa decided to start his own band. And so he called it the Sousa Band. And the Sousa Band performed all over the world. Even have an instrument named after Sousa called the sousaphone. And it looks like a tuba, but he's able to march with it, so it wraps around their body so they can march and not carry a very heavy instrument. All right. And that is John Philip Sousa.